So this video is sort of like a little memento to myself, particularly my younger self, because I am quite literally right now in this very instance living my dreams. And that's something that I never really thought was actually possible because 10 years ago, I was around 10, 11 years old, and I was filming a Hot Ones, not Hot Ones, what was it? The little red spicy candies. Um, Red Hots. I was filming a Red Hots challenge video with my friend, and I had my little Kindle tablet, and or whatever kind of tablet it was. I don't know. I was 10. It was a tablet. I had a tablet. I was like a little iPad kid, but not from the age of like 3 though. I will say that I probably got my first like device that actually worked at like 8. But anyways, that's besides the point. I was just we would film the videos. We would do little challenge videos and we would film them because we wanted to be YouTubers. That was what we wanted to do. We had a little channel name made up and everything, but we were children and not allowed to have that sort of access to the internet. Thankfully, I am incredibly glad that I was not able to post anything to the internet. Thank you, mom and dad. Um, but this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Literally, at that age, it was in fourth grade, and we had a class assignment where we were to make a book, and like it got printed out. It's hardback. It was a book that we each made. In my book, I didn't follow the prompt, but I got to do it anyway. I sort of got in trouble, but they didn't fail children then, so I was glad. But my listening skills weren't there. We were supposed to draw the pictures for the book. I took JPEG images and just put them in it. And my book was about Minecraft YouTubers. That is not a joke. I have a hardback book that I wrote about Minecraft YouTubers and who they are and why I love them and what they do. And it sounds so silly, but it was what I loved. It was what I was passionate about. It was my hyperfixation at the time. When I was 4, it was Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus up until the age of like 9. And that is not a joke. I had a pinata. Uh, anyways, I'm not going to go into all the details, but it's creativity and art, music, games, fun, like nature, animals, always been something that I've been passionate about my entire life. I remember I wanted to be a performer and a singer. I used to write my own songs when I was a little kid. Like, I would dance all the time. It's I've always been a creative. That's always what I wanted to do. That's always what I did. That was what I grew up doing. But, you know, time goes on, children want the approval of others, and insecurities begin. And so I stopped doing a lot of that stuff. I haven't written the songs since I was like 8. Um, I wrote like maybe 4 lyrics since then, or like 4 stanzas, but nothing much. Um, I don't dance anymore. I became incredibly insecure about my dancing. At age 11, I didn't want to be recorded. I remember probably the last time I ever sort of choreographed my own little dance. My grandma filmed me and I threw a fucking fit and I never danced in front of anybody ever again, pretty much. Besides, like, I did line dancing, but it wasn't my own. It wasn't something that I created. It wasn't something that I actually made. That was something that I knew other people liked, so it was safe. It was something that wasn't that big of a risk. But, you know, it's been 10 years since I've had those dreams. And within those 10 years, I've been able to grow a lot and release a lot of my insecurities that I have around who I am and the things that I want to make and what I can create. Obviously, not all of them are gone. Not all of them will be gone for a long time. I don't even think that they ever really leave. We just learn to cope and deal with the discomfort and the pain that comes with growth. Because growth can't come without sacrifice. You have to give up who you once were to become who you want to be. Growing and changing requires retiring and forfeiting all the old thoughts, habits, you know, patterns that you used to have that used to keep you who you were. But to become who you want to be, you got to let those go. So I've learned that I had to stop caring so much about what other people think, stop worrying about my appearance, stop worrying so much about whether or not people like me or like what I have to say, stop caring so much about whether or not I'm actually funny. Stop. I had to stop caring so much. Besides, like, caring about if it actually makes me happy or not. And doing this does. Like, this is something that I want to do. And this is only the start because I have bigger dreams. I have bigger aspirations. I'm working with what I have. And right now I'm building from the ground up. I just have a cell phone, a tripod, and a mic. Luckily, this tripod came with its own little light. So now I have like lighting. And so, like, this shit, I never even fathomed that I could have 10 years ago. But we're here. We're doing it now. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of all of my dreams coming true. And I know that they're achievable because I'm here right now. I didn't see this as a possibility. I didn't see this actually happening, and it is. So I know the future that I dream of can actually happen. I can actually start streaming. I can actually get a computer and play video games and, make videos with other people. I can actually build my own community brick by brick. But yeah, shout out. We are capable of making our dreams. And it wasn't easy to get here. It wasn't easy to get here. I've been incredibly insecure and I nitpicked myself for so long about everything. And I always tried to be who everybody else wanted me to be. And it was all for their validation, which at the end of the day, most of the time I didn't even get. So worry about your own validation. Worry about doing what makes you happy. Because, I mean, we have these dreams for a reason. There's not really any reason that we can't accomplish them unless we believe there is. If you think that you can't accomplish your dreams, you're right. You can't. That's all there is to it. If you think you can, you can't. What is it? The little engine that could or whatever. Um oh my gosh, and I just remembered my basketball coach throughout like my entire career. We were never allowed to say can't on the floor. We'd run because and I never understood it. I was like, "But I can't." And that was entirely what was holding me back, the fact that I believed that I couldn't. So I couldn't. But if I believe that I can. Because willpower is so incredibly strong and potent. And it has the ability, with enough focus and enough intent, to genuinely change your life. So just think about that.